Have you ever felt like you worked hard but didn't get anywhere? It seems like you can't reach success no matter how hard you try, right? What if I told you that one habit could change everything? A habit that comes from the lessons of the famous samurai Miyamoto Musashi and can help you get clear, stay focused, and keep going. Habit 1. Wake up 1 hour earlier. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain, Miyamoto Musashi said at one point. But almost all of them start early. It might not seem like waking up an hour earlier would change your life, but when you do it every day, that hour becomes holy. A time with no other things going on. A time when nothing is going on and you can think straight. It's not enough to just get up early, you have to rise with purpose. A lot of people press the snooze button. They groan and roll out of bed, already late and ready to act. Not you. You get up like a fighter getting ready for battle. You have an advantage because of that hour. For Musashi, being ready was more important than anything else. He worked out by himself. He worked out in the dark. He never got caught off guard because he always got up early. The first thing that makes you win today is when you wake up with a plan. Make good use of that hour. Relax and think. Go over your goals again. Read something important. Your spirit can be aligned even if you just sit in silence and think. You are really creating a new identity for yourself, one where you are in charge of time instead of being controlled by it. Before the chaos of the world comes in, you are making room in your mind, setting the mood for your emotions, and picking your path. It doesn't take a big breakthrough to start being successful. Making the choice to meet the day before it meets you is the first step. Change the way you start your day to change your life. You should get up an hour earlier and call that time your power hour. Because Musashi said, "Do not do anything that is useless." And there is nothing better to do before the world wakes up than get ready to be great. Habit 2. Write your top 3 goals daily. Power comes from being clear. When power is used over and over, it changes things. It was very important to Musashi to believe that if you do not control the enemy will control you. Distractions are your worst enemy in the modern world. That's why writing down your 3 most important goals every day is such an important routine. Every day, write down your top 3 goals. This helps you remember who you are and what you're building. You're not just thinking about it, you're writing it down. You're telling your mind to pay attention. Most people don't have a problem with being lazy. It's not clear. They try to hit everything because they don't know what to shoot at. But precision is needed for success. Musashi's life was ruled by being clear. He never did anything without a reason, whether he was picking his duels, making his plan, or writing the Book of 5 Rings. He knew that having a vague goal will lead to a lot of different effects. Start easy. First thing in the morning, write down your 3 most important goals. They don't have to be long-term, earn $100,000 this year, or short-term, finish my new client pitch. They just need to be clear, attainable, and important to you. It's okay if the goals don't change for a while. That's the point. Repeating them makes them stick in your mind. You start to narrow down your options based on them. You decide things more quickly. Don't keep following things that don't matter. It's not a job. It's a habit. A statement about what to do. A daily reminder of what needs your full attention. Musashi didn't become famous by chance. He was sharp like a blade, but smarter. He knew the fight was over long before the swords were drawn. And for you, that emotional battle starts with being clear on your goal. Every day, write down your 3 most important goals. Not because it's cool, but because a mind that isn't focused is doomed to be average. Your goals should guide you, and you should write them down like your life rests on them. Because it does in a lot of ways. Habit 3. Move for 20 minutes. Musashi believed that the body and spirit are interconnected, and one of the most important habits for success is to move your body every day for 20 minutes. This is not about getting in shape, but rather strengthening energy, focus, and toughness. The brain knows that you're living, capable, and interested in life when you move your body. Today, we sit around too much, leading to decreased energy levels, poor balance, and a lack of drive. To clear the fog and bring your life force to life, move around for 20 minutes daily, whether it's walking, yoga, stretching, or dancing. Musashi emphasized that having a favorite weapon is just as bad as not knowing it well enough. Moving around is the tool that creates momentum and makes it easier to think, improve mood, and get ideas. Self-respect is another benefit of the 20-minute habit, as it strengthens self-respect and makes you feel more important to your body. Musashi worked out with or without the body, knowing that the body wakes up the mind. Therefore, give yourself the gift of moving around every day, not as a penalty, but to get ready. A moving person makes a moving life, and Musashi would advise working on moving and using your power. Habit 4. Learn 30 minutes per day. Musashi, a renowned martial artist, believed that learning is not just about fighting, but about life and how to win. He believed that every day you must learn something for 30 minutes, whether it's through books, podcasts, or documentaries. Musashi was not only skilled but also flexible, learning about various aspects of life, such as tactics, philosophy, painting, and calligraphy. He believed that learning in a broad sense is essential for growth and success. To improve, start small by choosing one area of your life to improve, such as communication, leadership, money-making, or shaping up. Choose a good source of information and start reading regularly. Consistency is more important than number, as you'll learn 3.5 hours of new information in a week, 14 hours in a month, and over 180 hours in a year. Musashi also emphasized that there is more than one path to success, and that discipline is key. The time spent without a plan could be your college. Learning gives courage, tools, and makes you dangerous. So, never stop learning to make yourself better, not to impress others but to make yourself better. Every 30 minutes of growth will plant a seed that grows into knowledge over time, and legends are made when wisdom is combined with action. Habit 5. Do the hardest task first. Doing more isn't the key to huge success. Doing what means most, even when it's hard, is. Musashi Miyamoto said, "Think little of yourself and much of the world." He meant that your feelings, like fear, doubt, or hesitation, should never be stronger than your job, your purpose, or your path. That's why the 5th habit is so strong. Start with the hardest job. The hard things are put off by most people. They try to avoid that tough talk, that big presentation, or that important choice. Their days are instead filled with small jobs that make them feel good but don't change anything. Doing that is not discipline. It's just avoiding doing something. Musashi never tried to avoid pain. He stepped into it on purpose, in a calm and focused way. He didn't move during his duels. He looked at his opponents and hit them when it meant the most. Your day is the same way. You win the battle early and the rest of the day is easier if you do the hardest, most important job first. Being brave is a skill that you can develop. It changes the way your brain works so that you no longer see discomfort as something to avoid but as a way to grow. You might find it hard to write a report, make a sales call, or work on your business idea. People who wait until 4 p.m. to start will have lost their energy, their focus, and their drive. But if you do that job first thing in the morning before other things come up, your mind is clear and your willpower is strong. Taking on the hardest job first makes you feel more confident. It shows you can do things other people don't want to do. It makes you different from most people. Over time, it changes you into someone who does more than just think. Musashi thought that strikes should be strong. He didn't waste time by hesitating or making excuses. It was clear to him that hesitating makes you weak. You should too. Every day ask yourself, what task would make my life better the most if I do it? Then do it first. Forget about it. Don't try to make it perfect. Start now. Because doing the same easy things over and over again won't make you great. It comes from always doing the right thing, even when it's tough. So turn into someone who runs toward the fire instead of away from it. Habit 6. Review wins before bed. Musashi was a famous Japanese martial artist who liked to think about his day, his moves, and the mistakes he made. After each fight, he would study both the wins and losses, which made his last habit strong. Most people do something distracting at the end of the day, but successful people think about their day and feel thankful. The mind's subconscious is most open right before bed, and the thoughts you feed it at this time often stay with you the next day. Going over your wins, no matter how small, helps you see yourself as someone who acts, moves forward, and gets things done. Every night before bed, write down or think about at least 3 good things that happened during the day. These wins don't have to be big, but they can help you gain momentum and faith, which is what drives all success. You learn to be a champion and look for growth instead of perfection when you find something to be proud of, even on the worst days. When you think about your successes, you sleep better because your mind is filled with thanks and confidence. This gives you peace and a sense of purpose. Remember that no one else will ever see the wars you fight every day, but you must acknowledge them to yourself. This is the first step to having self-respect. At night, think about the things you did well. This isn't because life is great, but because you showed up, which is a win in itself.